Hey guys, I'm back. I really need to think an intro for my videos because I get very awkward at the start and I don't know what to say. Before I start this video, I'm gonna address something. I look like, not absolute crap, but I do look like I'm dead. Reason for this is because I woke up feeling I wanted to film a video, but I can't be asked putting makeup on. So I've got my makeup on and yeah, so I look like a bit dead, but oh well, what can we do? We can't do anything because I don't want to put makeup on today, so I'm not putting makeup on. Let's get to the video. As you can see, today I will be telling you guys my top 6, I think it's 6, I'm not sure, it should say in the title, top 6 Girl Meets World Season 2 episodes. I recently finished Season 2 and I will fight anyone who says that Season 2 of Girl Meets World, even though I've not watched Season 3, but I will fight anyone who says that Girl Meets World Season 2 was not the best season, because it was. With friendship-wise, love-wise, lessons-wise, parenting, I loved everything about that season, which made it so much harder to do this list. This list is pretty messed up, I'm not gonna lie, because I could not for the life of me pick out 6 episodes, just 6 episodes. So I know for a fact when this video is up, I look back at this, I'm not going to agree with it because it took me 2 days to make this list, even though just my top 6, because I could not I wanted to include the whole list, but I'm too lazy to make a top 30 list, so it's my top 6. But I do have some honorable mentions. Today my goal is to have a video where I don't mess any words up. So let's see how that goes. Anyways, let's get right into the video. On number 6, we have Girl Meets New Teacher.
The pictures make you work too. You have to look up, down, across, and sideways. But I believe he's trying to get us to look at what our own world has become. Up, down, across, and sideways.
In this episode, the Fall Course English teacher retires and they get a new English teacher whose name is Harper. Her based on the main character from How to Kill a Mockingbird. If you read it, you know. If you haven't, it's not a big deal. Anyways, Harper, her teaching style is very unconventional. She teaches comics in English instead of books, but she does teach, but it's very unconventionally, which hits off with the students, but the principal of John Quincy Adams doesn't like it. Kind of a shy principal, I find. I'm trying to not say this, but look, I'm trying not to swear, so I can't swear, so I'm gonna say shy or shit, because yeah, okay. Okay. So she gets fired. Did I say that? The principal fires Harper, which doesn't go well with any student, especially the full core, which is Farkle, Lucas, Maya, and Riley. Now, I know there's a lot of better episodes that could be 6, like number 6 or but the reason I did this on number 6 because of Maya. Yeah. If you don't, I don't know if this is just my opinion, but I feel like there's a lot of episodes that Maya doesn't speak. Like we don't see how smart Maya is. We've seen how smart Riley is a lot of times, how smart Farkle is, even Lucas, we kind of Maya's portrayed as, oh, she needs to cheat or she needs to do this and that to pass. But I feel like Maya is actually really smart. And at the end of this episode, we actually see that because the way she explains to the dude that comes to, he was in Boy Meets World, but I don't remember his name. I should probably remember. He was Cora's old teacher who came to see if the teacher should get fired or not. But and then Maya and Riley team up and they speak what they learned. And we learned that Maya is actually really smart if she studies the right way, like her way, like not her way, but unconventional way. She learned the unconventional way, which I think was very nice because we don't get a lot of episodes where we see how smart Maya is, and Maya's one of my favorite character, and I want everyone to know how smart that girl really is. And yeah, that's why this is on number 6. On number 5, we have Girl Meets Texas Part 3.
I will unless you do.
Why?
Because we are growing up. And I don't know how to handle these feelings we're feeling, but I do know that we don't lie to each other. We don't lie to each other, Riley.
You're right. This is really hard, and maybe I just need some time.
I'm always here for you.
I love you, Fargo.
And I love you.
So this episode was part of a 3-part mini-series kind of thing, where the gang goes to Texas, where Lucas is from, and a love triangle officially forms between Maya, Riley, and Lucas. Where in Texas, Riley realizes that Maya also has feelings for Lucas, and I think that Lucas might have feelings for Maya because they had that moment in the bonfire, which one of my favorite Lucas and Maya moments. So this part, in part 3, the gang is back from Texas, and Riley convinces herself that her and Lucas are like siblings, so Maya can understand her feelings for Lucas, which this is so adorable. Lucas and Maya can't communicate. It becomes kind of like how Lucas and Riley were when they're so awkward with each other, but eventually they do get better, is that the word? They get better, and Maya starts being mean to Lucas again, which I live for. I love Lucas so much. This is my favorite episode because I love Maya and Riley's friendship. It kind of reminds me of me and my best friend. Like, it's just so pure. Riley backed away from Lucas just for Maya, despite, I think, through season 1, even though Lucas and Maya are my OTP, they needed to be together, but I spot myself and realized that ain't gonna happen. Thanks, Disney. But anyways, you just realized that Riley's such a good friend that for her best friend, she backed out from the guy she's loved since the pilot of Girl Meets World, where she fell into his lap in the subway. And also, Farkle. I love how much he understands Riley, because at the end, Farkle's observing everything we see, and he's the one who makes Riley realize that she still has feelings for Lucas. And I think it just shows how much he understands Farkle. And after Maya and Lucas, Farkle and Riley are my favorite couple. Like, they got all mixed up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I have nothing against Farkle. She's a great character, but I want Riley and Farkle, and I want Lucas and Maya. That doesn't happen. Ooh. Yeah, basically that's why this is number 5. Probably gonna regret this. Probably gonna change it by the time this video is up, but for now, this is it. On number 4, we have Girl Meets The Secret of Life.
Riley, sometimes things come out when they're supposed to come out.
As long as you're not different than I think, because I think a lot of you.
I used to be different than I am now.
What happened?
I came here.
I'm looking down at my notes, by the way, which I've crafted. It doesn't help me. It doesn't stop me from rambling. It does help me, but it doesn't stop me from rambling. Okay, in this episode, we learn more about Lucas. Now, I think throughout until this episode, I think Lucas was portrayed. I said I wasn't gonna have one of. I'm so sorry. Portrayed as one of those perfect boys, perfect characters. He's just perfect, you know. And I think that was very unrealistic. But this kind of episode made me like Lucas a lot, because we learned more about Lucas's past, like why he came from Texas to where did they live? Where did they live? God, where they live, which is so bad. I'm so sorry. But anyways, we learned from Zay. Oh, I love Zay. From Zay that Lucas in his past had a temper issue because of which he got expelled. And I think that just added depth to Lucas's character, because I've not gonna lie, I thought he was just too perfect and too boring for me to like. Not gonna lie. Also, in this episode, I loved that there was this part, I think it was 4 of them, was Farkle. I don't know if Farkle was, but I know Maya, Lucas and Riley had a water fight, and then Maya got involved, and I think Farkle and Zay, I don't think Zay got involved, but I don't know. But they had a little water fight with a cleaning card, and I felt that was adorable. I love the four-core and their friendships. It's so. I love that the message that this episode kind of gave to the audience, that if you have a good influence, it doesn't matter what your past is, you can become a better person. And you shouldn't judge someone for your past because that's their past, but they're trying to change for the better and the people around them are helping them. Like Riley, Maya, and Farkle helped Lucas with his anger issues because, as you saw, he's never had an anger tantrum in John Quincy Adams, which I wish he did. Oh well, there was an episode which was he kind of lost when he found out that Riley was getting bullied, which I found really cute, even though I'm not a Riley and Lucas shipper, but it was still, and yeah. So basically this is why this is on number 4. On number 3, we have Girl Meets Rara.
Because he never gave up.
And neither should I.
Way to put her back on track, Matthews. Why'd you have to pick today to teach us about Edison?
Yeah, that's something, isn't it?
Okay, when we were at home, you didn't want her to do this. Nobody did.
Yeah, because as her father, I've gone through this with her half a dozen times. And it kills me every year.
Then what are you doing?
In this room, I'm your teacher.
In this episode, we see that Riley is determined to get into the cheese squad despite failing so many times in the previous years, and everyone around her tries to stop her, including her friends and her parents, but she doesn't. She's determined. And even though Corey, as her father, wants her to not get rejected or not get decided, but as her teacher, he tells her to, if it's her passion, she needs to keep going. This episode number 3 on my, because I love the message. A lot of Girl Meets episodes, they send such great messages, and I love that. I love it. Okay, I love it. It's just, yeah, and he goes that if she's passionate about something, the message is if you're passionate about something, no matter what anyone says, no matter how bad you are at it, you should keep going at it because one day you will succeed. So, and I love that message because I feel like a lot of, especially teenagers, I don't know, I feel like a lot of teenagers, they think, oh, I really like this thing, but I'm too bad at it, so I'm not going to do it. But it's like, if you really like it, you should keep doing it because maybe one day it will change your life. I don't know. So that's why it's number 3. On number 2, we have Girl Meets Money.
See these clothes I wear?
Yeah?
Sean bought them for me, and I take care of them, and I appreciate them. I don't have much, but I try to appreciate what I do have.
This episode's my favorite. First of all, we get an episode focused on Farkle. He is my baby. He deserves so much. And I feel like throughout the series, I think there's one other episode that was focused on Farkle in this season, but that's about it. But I feel like he deserves so much. I've wanted half of the season's a bit dedicated to him because he's so adorable. I love him. He takes care of everyone and he knows everyone so well. And I feel like he's kind of, not underestimated, but I feel like he's like in the shadows of. But I know he's not, but like, I finally got an episode focused on Farkle, so I'm happy with that. Okay. In this episode, Minkus, Farkle's dad, he does a bad investment, which makes Farkle fear that they're gonna get poor. But as the episode goes on, Farkle, he realizes that friendship has greater value than money or any materialistic things can bring it, which I love that message. I think that's a very nice message. Like, yeah, money, okay. See, I get when people say money does bring people happiness, it does, but I feel like relationships bring you more happiness because if you're surrounded by your loved ones, it's just the most beautiful feeling in the world. So yeah, I'm getting emotional and I should not be doing that. In this episode, we see the bit of the relationship between Farkle and his father, how Farkle like, oh, my father, he's not around much because he's so busy in business, and then they have that little moment in Farkle's room and they're both sitting on the floor and Farkle tells his dad that we don't see each other that much and we need to. What's the point of all this money if we can't see each other? Which I was like, bless him. Bless my Farkle. He deserves. I don't think if I told you he deserves the world. He does. He really does. Farkle tells his dad that they need to do more for the world, which is why his dad makes an organization in which the four corps present the ideas so there was the NBA player that came so they can invest, and Farkle suggests that they invest in Maya, who is a person in need, but she's a person in need, but she appreciates what she's given. I feel like that just shows the kind of character Falco is. He's so selfless, and I love him. And I love the moment where at the end they're like in Falco's room, then the walls, but then they were like looking down. There was a TV and there was a live telecast on Maya Street. I feel like I loved that. So yeah, otherwise this was number 2. Ooh, we're in number 2. Okay. Before I go on to number 1, I'm going to do my honorable mentions. Oh, is this focused? Okay, before I go to number 1, I'm going to do my honorable mentions. These are 5 episodes that I could not put in a list. And I feel like these 5 episodes, they all should be number 1. That's how much I love these episodes. These are the episodes that I probably cried in, probably was very emotional. I like emotional episodes. And I think a lot of these were kind of emotional. And I loved these episodes. And I could not, for the life of me, put them in a list because I feel like they all should be number 1. Which is they are not in this list, but they are not honorable mentions part. Enjoy.
We think that we're the center of the universe. But the truth is, we need to circle the ones we love for as long as they're here.
You guys are my best friends. Please promise me one thing.
Anything.
Please don't ever let me not understand love.
You exist, and you're weird, and you get in the way of where I'm looking, so stop being weird and stop being happy. Nobody should be as happy as you.
Your job is to stay. Look, thank you for telling me your side. My teacher thinks if I forgive you, it'll bring me peace. And he's usually right about these things, but I don't see how he's right about this one, and I can't.
No. Maya, nothing's forever. We can't be 7 years old our whole lives.
Why can't we? I like remembering who we were.
On number 1, we have Girl Meets Yearbook.
You're the best Farker we got, and everyone knows it. And you are a complete ray of sunshine, and you are not. And that's who we are. I don't know what this is, but I do know that if you let someone say who you are, then you really won't be who you are. And you certainly won't end up being who you were meant to be.
In this episode, everyone gets the yearbook, and Riley and Farkle don't like what they become. Farkle, who's so unique, he gets his own little category, but he doesn't like it, and he doesn't like how people see him like that, so he changes himself into this whole new dude called Donnie Barnes, which I was very upset about because they took away Farkle's turtlenecks, and I was not happy about that. Okay, while Riley, who got voted for most likely to smile herself to death, does not like that either. So she develops an alter ego, which is kind of like Maya, which I think is inspired by Maya, her which name was Morsha M. Black. Morsha M. Black. And then also, this is the first, well, not the first, but like this is kind of the first time they hint at a love triangle between Riley, Maya, and Lucas, because Lucas and Maya get voted for favorite couple, I think, and I was all for it. I was so happy. Trust me, but I screamed when that happened. But obviously that also affected Riley, so that's why she changed. And seeing Riley turn into a bad girl, Maya transferred herself into a good girl so she could be, so basically they switched roles so they could still be best friends. But Lucas, who wasn't having any of that, tried to change him back. Didn't work until obviously Corey came along and fixed everything. The message, this episode is number 1 for me because the message of this is so powerful. So I think a lot of, especially young kids, young teenagers, me as a teen, I think even me, I think we get misguided by what other people think of us very easily. I feel like if someone was to tell me, right, I think this is why I mentioned like I look dead, because I'm kind of insecure, because I think a lot of teenagers are. And I think whenever someone says anything about it, we take it to heart. But I think this episode's like, people are going to say what they're going to say, but you shouldn't get kind of influenced by that, because you're unique, you're you, and I don't think there's another you in this world. And I really enjoyed that message, because I feel like as a teenager, or as a 18-year-old, I'm not a teenager anymore, damn it. It kind of hit home, yeah. And that was my top 6 Girl Meets World season 2 episodes. I will be starting season 3 pretty soon. Till then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyways, don't forget to comment down below. Oh, before thank you for 2,000 subscribers. Yay! I am so happy. Thank you so much. I don't think it was gonna happen, but it happened and I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you for loving my rambling and stuff, and thank you for giving my last video so much love. I did not expect the love it got. Thank you. Anyways, okay, I'm done. Don't forget to comment down below if you want any other shows you want me to do, and I'll gladly do it. Other than that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.